Yeah, y'all. I'm just gonna do it like this because I'm laying down in my bed. I'm just really, really laying here, just relaxing. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy President's Day to all. My hair needs to be. I need to put some moisturizer in my hair. But happy love. I mean happy. Oops. I'm sorry. Happy President Day, everybody. Happy President Day. Oh God, I'm looking for something here. Oh, okay. Happy President Day to you all. I'm sorry. I just lost the remote. So, I pray and hope all is well. I pray that everyone is having a blessed Monday, a day off today that you had from work. And I hope you use your time wisely. I really hope you used your time wisely. That you did everything today that we do on President's Day. You could have went to Washington maybe for the weekend, you and your family. It was a beautiful weekend, wasn't it? We had Valentine's Day going on, and I'm still resting from my Valentine's, but we turned up, turned up. Okay, me and hubby turned up. We had a nice quiet Valentine's. No bunch of people around us, just us. Just all the great songs and music listening to from our time coming up. You know, the music from the Temptations, the Motown stuff. Also, we went and took picked up some old stuff, and then we finally came across Tavares. And let me tell you, I didn't even know that, I heard these songs when I was a kid, but I didn't know who sung them. And then I remembered the movie. Of course, we all remember the movie Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta, and the music by that was the Bee Gees, right? Let me put something on so I can get a little bit more comfortable in the camera with you, okay? Just hold on. Okay, y'all. I am back in effect. My hair, you gotta excuse my hair is sticking up like this right now. But I did wig it. I did wear a wig or whatever you want to call it when I put on my wig for ooh, you know what? I better put on a bonnet. Okay. Now that's better. My hair sticking all up like that. I don't want people looking at my head sticking up all over the place. But anyway, y'all, I had a wonderful Valentine's. I pray and hope that you all did as well. Um, I can't get go into all the details of what we did, but I can tell you about the music we played and some of the music. The music. We had a conversation. We played the game on songs. Name that tune. A lot of people probably don't remember Name That Tune. Used to be an old game, used to come on in this, I think in the 80s, also in the 70s and the 80s, I think. And it used to be like a song they would play, and you will have to remember who is the artist of the song. It was called Name That Tune. You have to know the song and the artist of the song. And we were playing that game. And guess what? I was winning. I was killing it, y'all. I was killing it. That was our game for Valentine's. No, I did not get flowers and candy and all those wonderful things on Valentine's. I do get flowers and stuff like that any other time, but for Valentine's, I didn't get any. But, or, Valentine's, the flowers, the balloons, or whatever. This year for Valentine's, we wanted to just keep it authentic, real. I mean, real, real, real. Okay? Us spending time, quality time together, us eating together. Um, and what did we eat? It ended up chicken from the chicken store. It ended up chicken, y'all. I had chicken like Claudine in the movie, so that's why I put that there. If you've been reading any of my posts, I've been sharing some of the things that. Let me put on my glasses because I can barely see on here. Let me put my glasses on now. I had to put this green screen on because I don't want y'all to look too much at what's behind me. But anyway, I had me a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday. Okay? Celebrating Valentine's. I got a little bit more deeper with Valentine's. I didn't stay on the surface with just the flowers and the candy and all the other wonderful stuff. Because last year I was in the classroom. Valentine's, I was in the classroom. I had the babies and the kitties. And of course, I was showered with a lot of Valentine's last year from the children and the parents in the classroom. And also, my husband did prepare something nice for me for Valentine's. So I did have all of the wonderful, wonderful things for Valentine's in 2025, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay? And this year, Valentine's was on just us showing authenticity. We were doing Black History. We was doing a lot on Black History. We were laughing. We were talking about our presidents. Of course, we talked about Donald Trump. Who doesn't have a conversation about Donald Trump in their household? And especially during the holidays like Valentine's or whatever. But we did send out our Valentine greetings to our presidents and happy President's Day to all our presidents. Not gonna minimize it to one president because he's the only one sitting president right now. But we have other leaders like who else? We have other leaders. Let me fix this for you. I don't know if I could fix it. The green screen. Let me see. Yeah, let me I don't know if I could fix it, but anyway, y'all. I'm gonna put something else back there. Happy President's Day. They didn't have Clinton face up there. President Clinton. Happy President Day for President Clinton. For President Donald Trump. And to President Obama. Obama, happy President Day. I shout you all out. I didn't Let me tell you something. I liked all my presidents. None of them was perfect. None of them was perfect. Not one. Okay? But look at Obama. Look at the charmer. I call him the charmer. Okay? Look at Obama, the charmer. Okay, tricked everybody into all of this nonsense, the trickster. But anyway, they all have their issues. Every last one of them. Okay? Ain't none of them perfect. They all flawed. And that's what God chooses. He don't choose perfect. He gets the flawed. Okay? So that's why we got a president like President Trump. God bless him. We're not gonna sit up here and say nothing bad about him because we all know who Donald Trump is. Okay, we know how he gets down, so we ain't gonna try to, get him off his square. And this is also what I wanted to share with you. Ice, ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Okay. Remember, we talked about ice, right? We talked about the fact that your boy Jay Z could have did so many things for 250 years in America. And being that we are in the season of ice, 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 baby, and being that we are in the season of ice, I believe he could have had Vanilla Ice on the stage to come out with that song Ice Ice Baby. And he also could have had other rappers like Fat Joe on the stage for America. Because reason I'm putting it this way is because of the culture. Okay? Most young people like hip hop. Okay? They like that hip hop sound. They like that kind of music. They don't grow into liking most of the like the R&B songs or whatever like that. It's kind of like it has to grow on them. It's something that has to grow on you. I realized that we all gonna realize that one day. It was a time when we used to sit up in church and they used to sing those songs. We used to get, like church songs or whatever. It's something when you knew in the world, young adults, young children, because they still blind to the world, and a lot of young adults are still blind to the world. They can't take heavy substance. Okay, they can't deal with the heavy stuff. So you got to do things like you got to start them off. Okay, you should have came out on that stage, Jay Z. He could have done a whole lot better for America. He could have done a whole lot better to the part in planning the event because he come from the hip hop culture. He comes from the hip hop culture. So he should have been able to use his mind to think of we're in America. It is 250 years in America. And we in the season of ice. Okay? This is what's going on now. Immigration and enforcement. Ice, ice, baby. That would have been perfect. And look, Ice was ready. Vanilla Ice was ready. He had on his coat. Look at him. He was ready, y'all. He was ready. So he could have mixed it up with the flavor, okay? He could have gave it some vanilla ice. He could have gave it some cocoa tea, because cocoa tea is dead, but he could have got some other kind of reggae performer on the stage, and he could have had a Latino group, or he could have just had Fat Joe on the stage, and they could have did an honor to the Big Pun, who was a Dominican, because we want to share what we all in America unite with. Okay? And one thing America do unite with is music. Top numero uno, music. And Jay-Z did not do a very good job in planning that NFL, halftime event. He could have done better. He could have done better on the sake to make America stand out strong, brave. We looked at so stupid. Even if it was global, it looked as stupid going global. Okay? The reason why these people want to mess up everything and do the things they've been doing is because they don't like this guy. They don't like this guy. So when people don't like President Trump, because they don't like a President Trump, they want everybody else. That's selfish. That is really selfish. Because you don't like President Trump, so everybody in America has to suffer. I don't get it. These people are sick. These people are crazy. But anyway, Moving on, people. Moving on. Okay. Yeah. What I wanted to talk about, because I put it in the title, okay, about there was some history taken down off the wall by the White House or something up there, out there in D.C. And there was some artwork removed that was an exhibit of the African slaves when they came to the United States. Photographs of slaves with their backs scarred from the beating, from the whips that they had taken from their masters for punishment. Horrible, horrible punishment. Why would you treat other human beings like that if you don't do that to your own kids? That's horrible. God is going to God deals with people for their wicked crimes. Okay, they think they're getting away, but they don't get away with it because God deals with it on a spiritual level. And when He deals with it, He can shut your mind down and make you do the most craziest things to yourself. Okay, you won't have no rest. You won't. And that's why probably half of them out there doing the stupid stuff they doing now, because they did a lot of dumb stuff when they were, because they criminals. That's the only way I could think about it. They did a lot of evil things. They did a lot of evil deeds. Because believe me, if you was a God-fearing person, a real God-fearing person, in a time like today, you wouldn't be out there protesting with ICE agents. Just saying. If you a real God-fearing person, you will not put yourself in harm's way like that. You will not go to a protest unless it's something that is really something that really need to be heard. Other than that, that stuff they talking about, you don't need to be out there to get yourself hurt for that. But anyway, like I was just saying to all of my beautiful, beautiful friends over here watching me on this screen as I'm having this conversation with you about, it's an old picture of me. Ice, ice, baby. Do 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 do. Yeah, so it was sad to all of that what has happened as far as for them taking down those exhibits. And the federal judge today ruled in favor of the people that want the exhibits back on the wall. Okay? And they want whatever monuments that were there to be replaced back there too, because of the Trump administration removing the monuments of slavery and things of that nature, from off of that area. And they saying they want it back on. And some things do need to be put back on because people got to hear the truth. You can't hide from the truth. It happened. And it's still going on in some of our spirit. Slavery has happened in the most inhumane way, and it's still some people can't get it out of them. That they got that kind of hate in them to harm people because they don't like the race they was born in, because you don't like God. You are God hater. Anytime you hate people because of their race, their nationality, or their creed, you hate God. That's the way I look at it. Ain't no God in you. And it goes both ways. Because neither one of us should be calling each other names or saying horrible things about each other or doing horrible things to each other. Okay? As much as it goes for the the white man, it goes for the black man too. And the Chinese and any other kind of man on this freaking planet. Okay, you got to respect people's culture, respect people's history, respect them for who they are, and just that's that. You don't got to deal with me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But just respect me. We don't have to hang out at each other's house. We don't have to do none of that. None of that. We didn't got to have no type of friendship. But just respect me. That's all I say. And that's all it is. Oh, some of the music that me and hubby was sitting back enjoying. Let me go to my music selections here. The song that I wanted to, oh, the music I wanted to share with you, a song by Tavares, and I put a little clip of it because you can only play but so much music on. You could play but so much music on your I'm gonna play this one by R. Kelly because I just love this song. I was on my way close to you until you built this grip on me. Another person never sees. I was just that close to putting everything your way until I beat your heart. Now you're through before you start. So it's just a touch away. And I'm moving on. You lost my trust. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Touch your way. Fool for you. You lost my trust. Got to back this thing on up. I'm missing about your way. Fool for you till you lost my trust. Now I'm gonna back this thing on up. Till you lost my trust. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Reality. I'm just a touch away. Fool for you till you lost my trust. Now I gotta back this thing on up. To back this thing on up. Hey everybody. You gotta excuse me today. I'm staying in my jammies. I partied all weekend, okay? I need the rest. I'm just a touch away. Like a fool for you till you lost my trust. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Your way till you lost my trust. I got to back this thing on up. Just away till you lost my trust. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Now I gotta back this thing on up. Check it out by Tavares. Now this is the song that I was trying to, put on for y'all, but the thing is that it only went up to a certain amount. The song. No, we don't want that one. Check it out, Tavares.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is the song I was talking about, y'all. This is an old school song. And we played this song to death this weekend. It just came back to us. You know, certain things just come back to you. This song was made in 1974.
If you need a strong hand to guide you
Through the night.
if you
Want someone to understand.
then things can't get uptight. If it means anything to you to know that I care for you,
Check it out. Oh, check it out. How
I
stand
understand
complications
can
sometimes get you down.
but different
The
situation
situation
doesn't
always be around.
And if it
Mean
means
anything to you, but know that I care for you. Check it out, baby. Check it out. Oh, you know I know you, baby.
and it will
Always be that way.
look at me.
Come on and look at me. This is the music R. Kelly was talking about, bump and grind. Oh,
Can't you see?
look into my eyes.
Can't you see?
Can't you see? No, no, no.
I give the world to you. And if it means anything to you, hey, check it out.
Baby, check it out. Look out my mind. Check it out.
Look into my eyes.
Look into my eyes. Check it out. Check it out. Check out your mind. Check it out. Look into my eyes. This group was bad. Let me tell you. And then on top of that, I can't believe that they did that song, More Than a Woman, and they gave it to the Bee Gees. You see how they was trying to, like steal our music and stuff? Like the Tavares and everything. That was their song. And that song was hitting the charts. More Than a Woman was their song. More Than a Woman by Tavares. Watch.
Getting that from YouTube.
It was their song. And the Bee Gees stole it. More Than a Woman was not done by the DGs. It was done by the Tavares. Tavares did that song. You see how they be stealing our music and be trying to give it to white boys that can sing to make them a star? Well, they sung that song because I remember. My husband loved this song. Paradise. Only chance to happiness. They did it in 1970. Oh, be my lady, we can make it shine. Forever, just a little at a time. Whoa, been a woman. Woo. More than a woman to me. Shoot up, more than a woman.
There are stories old and true, so in love like you and me, and I can't see myself. Let history repeat
itself.
Reflecting how I feel for you, thinking back to people that I know that in 1,000 years I fall in love with you again. This is the only way to
think to fly.
This is the only way to go. And if I lose your love, I know I will die.
Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine.
We can take
Forever, just a minute at a time. More than a woman, more than a woman to me. More than a woman, more than a woman to me. More than a woman. Woo!
Girl, I took you
Everywhere.
I've seen you doing everything I never really looked before. But now you take my breath away. Suddenly you're in my life, a part of everything.
Where's everybody on Monday? You had to go to work today? Is the answer to my paradise?
My
Only
only
chance
chance
with happiness.
and if I lose you now,
Think I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine.
we can take
Forever, just a minute at a time. Woo! More than a woman. Woo! More than a woman to me. More than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. More than a woman. Woo! Boom, boom. This is the only place I'm ever die. Woo! Woo! More than a woman, more than a woman, more than a woman to me. More than a woman, woo! More than a woman to me.
There are stories old and true, so in love like you and me, and I can't see myself. Let history repeat itself. Reflecting how I feel for you, thinking back
I used to love reading the back of the album, reading the words to the song.
This
It's my only way that we should die.
This is the only
The
way.
way to go.
And if I lose your love, I know I would die.
Say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine.
We
We
can
can
take
take forever, just a minute at a time. More than a woman, more than a woman, more than a woman to me.
Yes, you are, baby.
More than a woman,
More than a woman.
more than a woman to me. More than a woman. More than a woman, more than a woman to me. to me.
Every damn man, more than a woman. Oh, baby,
More than a woman to me.
you are more
And a woman. More than a woman to me. More than a woman. Okay, we're gonna go way back, y'all. We're gonna do another one that I think you will enjoy. Okay. Okay, another song that I think we're gonna enjoy from the 70s. Let's see what I can find. Oh, I know which one. The song that I did for the Obamas. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love that, Graham. I wanted to promote it. I want to promote it. So I probably could do that some other time. But right now, because I ain't got no money to promote anything, it costs like $50, $100 to promote. I was like, Dad, I want to promote it. I wanted to promote that graphic for real, for real. The one I did with the Obamas. I thought that one was perfect for them for Valentine's, and I think they did a great job. They looked really well together, and they did a great job holding each other up for Valentine's and complimenting each other on Valentine's, and they had fun. Okay, they had a lot of fun in the spot. They had a lot of fun with their fans. Just put it that way. All those people that supported them through his presidency and the second, I supported them too. So hey, oh, you listening? Okay, how are you? Yes. So yeah. So I supported them too. So I had to get my fun in there too. You know, I supported him for both presidencies, both terms. Okay, I just didn't like how it ended. I just didn't like how it started, including certain things and certain things he seemed to have missed. But he's still young, he's still growing. He was young. It was new for him. So the things that he did make mistakes with, he will learn from his past. Okay? And he's moving on, he's moving forward. He's not sitting in the seat, but he's still out here lecturing us. And not that only just lecturing us. Um, you know, it's just some things the Democrats just didn't have a clue. Okay? They wasn't moving America in the right direction. Not at all. Not at all. We don't want to wash away America's history. America has great history. If you could get past the dark and weary paths, and if you could get past the slave stuff, you'd be all right. You will be all right. If you could get past the slave stuff, okay? If you could get past the stuff in the Bible about slavery, yeah, it was inhumane. But once you get past it, when God bring you through, oh, hi, Desi. I didn't know you was here. Okay, I'm glad to see you, Des. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy President Day. All of that. I love it, that fact that you've been watching me and you've been here with me. I thank God for you. You have been wonderful. Wonderful, Des. Yes, I see your crown up there as one of my top fans. As one of my top fans. You are number one. You've been watching me for a while, huh? I'm glad to have you, Daz. Yep, you got to get through it. You got to get your mind past the slave stuff. If you could get past that slavery in America, you can move on to the next era. And then the next. And let me tell you something. I don't know if they ever taught you this in school, but we did learn evolution. Which, even though we didn't believe in it, I thought it was some brainwashed, crazy, indoctrinated shit that they were teaching. That people were apes and monkeys. And then as time went on, we started to develop a human form. We became human. Well, anyway, it's the same thing with the mind. You got to get past the elementary level and just keep building. And you'd be surprised how much richness is behind slavery, because that's how they made their money. Okay? That is how America was becoming wealthy. They tried it with the who was the first slaves to the white man in America? I think they were Irish. If I go back, you could get back to the Irish. They tried the Irish as slaves, but they couldn't survive the harsh treatment. They couldn't survive none of that. That's when they came with the African. They were more stronger and they could survive more punished, whatever. They were stronger. We were stronger. They had the Irish. That's why when they released the Irish slaves, the migrant workers or whatever they were at the time, whatever they was, when they the Irish, they knew they could not handle hard work in the fields. A whole lot of stuff they couldn't handle. Not the way the black slave could handle it. Do your American history. Do your American history. And when you can find out about them, they call them Irish, who they are. They trying to hide their identity. But their identity is enslaved. They were the first slaves. But they couldn't, during that time, they were the white people that looked more stronger. The Irish. And they were the ones was going to do all the dirty work for them. But see, when the Irish wasn't able to survive the treatment and nothing like that, they broke down. They probably even killed themselves. But the black slave didn't do that. Black slave knew how he had a spirit. The spirit. When God put something in your spirit. See, they had a strong connection to God. That's how they were. And that's why you got to get past the slave part. Because when you get past it, when they found out their true identity in Christ, oh, you couldn't hold no slave in no doggone field. Okay? You couldn't hold them in the field. That's how Harriet Tubman got them free. She used her spiritual strength. She used her spiritual power to do what she had to do to get her people free. She would have freed more if they only wanted to come and they wanted to listen. They didn't get too comfortable being a slave over there. Same thing happened with Moses. Same thing happened with everybody. Once you got comfortable living under certain kind of conditions, you come immune to it. So you don't want to go nowhere else because you don't want the uncomfortable of being somewhere you don't know. Because even when Moses was trying to free them, what did they do? They complained, they cried, they wanted to turn back, they wanted to go back, the same thing with some of these slaves here. Okay? And slavery is not always physical. It's not a physical thing. It's some of the black people here who hates to talk about black history. Because of the slave stories. That discourages them. It makes them uncomfortable. But when you get when you get to know Christ, you don't worry about that stuff no more. It happened, it's over, but you're here. Just like I had to tell somebody on they damn post, oh, you must want to be a slave because you thinking like one. Slave mentality, I can't do it. I just can't do it. The victim stories and being a victim. But behind their struggle and what they suffered and to endure was not because, they did anything wrong. That wasn't on the slave. That was on the wicked oppressors who did the evil to the slaves. Okay? It wasn't on the slaves. They made theyself, their own image, look evil. Not us. We were just trying to be human beings and be free. Leave us the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? They still trying to keep us bondage. Like we got our brother here, R. Kelly, and our brother Diddy. I just wrote something, but I'm going to post it later. But we just saying, why are they still incarcerated? None of these white people that was enabling them, that was supporting them, that was funding them, that was doing whatever they were doing behind the music that they were doing and whatever they were promoting and doing their promotion, that's Diddy's part. But whatever it was a white man or a white person in it with them and doing it at the highest level of crime. The highest level of crime to those young girls. Okay? They're going to put it on the black man and make the black man be punished like he was the one who did it. That don't make no sense. And if anybody walking around in America believe that R. Kelly and Diddy belong in jail, something ain't right with you, especially if you're black. Because there's a whole lot of black people that's starting to try to whitewash somebody. But you won't do it over here. And you won't do it to my kids and my family either. Because I got that word deep in them. Okay? So they know who they are. So you not going to play that game on no family member of mine. But if you let these people get into your kids' head with this history stuff and whitewashing them, then that's on you. I'm an educator. Okay, I already know what the schools are going to set up to do to your black child. So you better start teaching your own kids for yourself, because they're not going to teach you the truth. They're going to whitewash everything, and they're going to make it seem like they so pure, clean, and innocent in their schools. You got to teach it to your children. Thank you, Jesus, for the parents that you have blessed me to have. Okay, I am so proud, and I'm so glad my mom ain't here anymore. She passed on. Her birthday will be celebrated on the 17th, and that's another thing. I gotta get food and dishes ready to cook for my mother's birthday dinner. Okay, I am having a birthday dinner for my mother in spirit and in truth, and we will sit here and make her favorite dishes. Okay, some of her favorite foods. I ain't gonna do a whole lot of cooking. I'm just gonna make some cabbage, some of that food from her home place where she come from, that home cooking, called red rice. They call it in Louisiana, they might call it jambalaya, but we in the South Carolinas call it red rice. And that's what I'm cooking tomorrow for my menu. I'm cooking for my mommy for her birthday, which is Wednesday. I still celebrate my mother in spirit. Heavenly birthday, because I know she watches over me. I know she do. So I will definitely make sure she has the best spread to celebrate my mommy. Birthday is, guess when she was born? She was born on, I'm celebrating Huey Newton too. It's his birthday too. Yes, Daz, that's right. I always love my mom. I'm getting ready to play that song. The Intruders. Intruders, I always love my mama. I'm going to sing that song. Woo! It's my mother's birthday, y'all. It is mommy's birthday, and I'm going to sing my mommy song. Save the children. Yes. We were always about God's word. Always. That's just who we are. I'm celebrating my Black History Month. That's right. I'm going through every song. Like a needle in a haystack, baby. I always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. You only get one, yeah. I always love my mama. She brought me in this world. Sometimes I feel so sad when I think about the things I used to do. My mama used to clean somebody else's house just to buy me a new pair of shoes. I never understood how mama made it through the week when she never got a good night's sleep. Oh, she's one of a kind. You got yours and I got mine. Hey, mama, my heart belongs. Oh, yeah, I always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. You only get one. This thing is making my head hot. But I gotta keep it on because my head is messy. A mother's love is so special. It's something that you can't describe. It's the kind of love that stays with you until the day you die. She taught me good things like saying hello and thank you, please. Scrubbing the floors on her bending knees. Oh, she's one of a kind. What white people talk about their mother like that? They hate their parents. Belongs to, and some of us are following right along with them. I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. You only get one, yeah. I'll always love She brought me in this world. Talking about mama. Sweet old mama. Used to scrub the floors on her hands and knees. And we get a little rough sometimes. Mama. You know they grew up in the church. Black mothers had to take their sons to church to save them. They had to. One thing they had to do. Give them some hope. At least try to put some positive influence on their life. Keep them off the street corners and all the drugs and, yeah, that's what the black mother had to do. She had to raise her sons in the church under the pastor. When daddy was gone in jail or maybe daddy would died on the street. Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. I got to take this call. People always want to call me when I'm on the line. I call me. I'm on the live. I couldn't do that. Well, anyway, y'all. Back to saying what I got to say here. Woo! When I said about the black mother, to save her sons, she had to bring him to the church. Not to be abused, that some people took advantage of. And like Eddie Long, that story with Eddie Long, if it happened, these men that preyed on these boys that come from a home where they have no male influence. Okay, and these single mothers, they take advantage of them. But in those days, we had the mothers in the church. See, I didn't grow up in one of them bootleg churches. Okay, I grew up in a family church, and in the family church I grew up in and everything, they had mothers in the church. And those mothers that were in the church were the mothers who watched over the children. They made sure that nobody will do harm to those kids, and they made sure they spoke to them kids. And well, I had my great aunts and all of them in the church too. So, but I'm just saying, those mothers in the church, we had mothers in the church. We didn't have the nonsense you see out here today. And if it did happen to somebody's child at some church, they probably was in a white person's church back then. Because in a black church, man, let me not say that. That's wrong, Karen. Correct yourself. Sorry, God. It was happening. It will happen to anybody that don't pay attention to the spiritual people around your church. Because everybody that go to church ain't saved. It ain't coming to get saved, okay? They know what to pick up in those churches. They come for the vulnerable, weak ones. They watch you as you come and as you go, and then next thing you know, they try to kick it with that single mama with them kids. Next thing you know, he's in a relationship with her, and the next thing you know, he's hurting her children. Because women get blinded by some creep out there. Some creep. Just waiting to catch yourself a prey. It's been in the Bible. It's always been in the Bible about silly women. It always been in there about these men that go in and they take advantage of them. It's in the Bible. That's why it's important in some cases that women don't go to certain places being single. And if you are single, try not to stay there too long. If you are young, okay, and I'm not saying go out and party and break rules and get yourself bang, bang, bang. I'm just saying, don't stay in that place too long. Dip in and dip out. Dip in and dip out. Okay? Don't allow yourself to be sitting in a space too long staying single. It's not good. It's not healthy for anyone to be that way. Unless they know themselves in Christ. That's the only way. And even if you do know yourself in Christ, you're still going to start hearing some voices. And start acting a little off. But anyway, I got to get back to this phone call that people interrupted me while I'm trying to have a good time on this live with my friends here. Because I didn't come on here all the time. Which y'all see is my graphics. But y'all don't see me. Sometimes I need to show my face. This is one song that I also I played More Than a Woman. I played Check It Out by Tavares. It's some more other songs out here that I didn't get a chance to share with you, but I got the rest of the month to do that. We got the rest of the month to do that. We're going to really go full blast, I promise you, one day before Black History Month ends. We're going to go over some music all the way up. Oh, I know what song I wanted. I wanted to play the one I did for Michelle and for Obamas, for the Obamas. I did this song. Let me see if I can find the graphic for you, and I'm gonna put it on the back of the scene. Let me just look for it. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the Obamas, and then I'm going to put it here for you to see it. What I'm talking about. Oh God. I thought it was so beautiful. It was so perfect with them as a couple. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one, okay? Is that okay with y'all? With the Obamas? Okay. Now we're gonna go. The Makings of You by Curtis Mayfield. Now this song right here, I just thought this song would be so beautiful for them because they look. And I'm gonna tell you about the song. I gotta run and go get me another water, so I'll be right back. He's done. While y'all listen to the song and look at the Obamas.
Add a little sugar, honeysuckle, and a great big expression of happiness. Boy, you couldn't miss with a dozen roses. Such would astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true. The makings of you. The righteous way to go. Little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none. The love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They are close but not quite, almost impossible to do, reciting the makings of you. The righteous way to go. Little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none. The love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They are
That's close, but not quite.
almost
Impossible to do.
reciting
Reciting the makings of you. Don't you think it just looks so beautiful with them? It looks beautiful, right? It looks like a painting. I'm just so obsessed with my work, y'all. That's my work. All the graphics you see with the wording and everything is mine, okay? Nobody else wrote it. I wrote it. Because that's what I do. I'm an educator. So when we educators, we like to be exact, okay? One thing about educators is in you. You can't help it but to be in you. So whenever I do these writings, because I'm not good in talking on screen, I'm not good. I'm not an article talker. I'm not good at that, okay? I can be somewhat good, but not that sharp at it. But when it comes to my writing skills, I nail it. Because I know exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it, but I do get a little help from chat here to help me line up my words a little bit better, okay, to polish it. So that's all I wanted to share with you tonight. I wanted to share that song that I did for the Obamas. I just thought it was cute. I did something behind everybody's character on the gram. I did R. Kelly and Diddy together with All About the Benjamins. Let's hear it. Because they both locked up together. They had that time in the 90s together. And both of them have been done wrong. That's the way I feel. I don't care if you're a Diddy hater. You could be a Diddy hater all you want to. But see, I know from the 90s, I'm not a Diddy hater. Okay, so you go on with that and you let somebody else change your taste of music and sound and enforce some kind of other foreign kind of songs and music and things you don't even understand what they saying on you. But I want to stick with my brothers. Okay, I'm down with my brothers. Like, oh yeah, I did Coco T. You know, I wanted to also say, congratulate him on his work. But he's no longer here. I just found that out. And I said, well, you know, I can give that to the Jamaican community that was his fans from Jamaica that can also rep for him, you know? It's sad. It is sad. But I did one on Coco T. And we're going to show you Coco T. This is Coco T, y'all. This is Coco T. Jamaican. I gave him his props, so nobody talk about because I'm celebrating my Black history. Okay, I could celebrate him if I want to. He's my Black history because I love reggae. I like reggae. Coco T, Rikers Island.
Getting that from YouTube.
We're gonna play some Coco T.
Oh,
I'm celebrating my Black history. Everybody can do whatever they want. Because everybody ain't grow up in the same household.
the first time the youth come to New York, them telling youth you mustn't skylark.
I like the song. Learn a trade or go to school. Don't turn yourself into a fool. And wind up in Rikers Island. Rikers Island. No, Rikers Island. Rikers Island.
You should hear what your mama say.
Hear what your mama say.
You must fade away. Papa say.
Hear what your father say.
American will send you there to play. But now him gone to Rikers Island. He never want to go Rikers Island. Him used to chuck it from Brooklyn to Bronx.
Brooklyn to Bronx.
That's one like the most top ranks. But now for
all them cop runs.
Cause him gone to Rikers Island. Him used to mix up with the gunman. And now him gone to Rikers Island.
I love that song. It's teaching a story. What he is saying is that when your mother sends you to the United States, you go there to learn, you learn a trade, you build your life. Okay, don't wind up in Rikers Island. Like, you go into America, you starting your life over in a new place, in a new country, and everything else. The thing you're going to do to make your parents look good on your parents is that you don't wind up in Rikers Island. You don't cause your mother that heartache and pain because you could have stayed your ass up in Jamaica. Okay? That's what he's saying. Like, there's no reason to leave your hometown when your mother and father taught you this better. You go to the United States and then you just act a fool. you know, you just catch, and it happens. It happens. And a whole lot of them are doing that. They don't understand. Your parents give you a story that you want. Then when it's time to go home, they don't want to go home. Because you know why? Because they can't do nothing at home. All they know how to do is sit around and do nothing. They come around and they do nothing. Okay?
City heat and bridge keep burning, burning, burning down like the walls of Jericho. Hey,
Babylon falling.
burning, burning, them burning. Babylon bridges burning. Hey.
Okay, I'm not going to get that deep. Okay, I never heard that song before anyway. Young Lover.
Now this one is designed for 18 and over. Over, to 18 and over. Over, yeah. Hey, girl, won't you go home to your mama. Your mama, go home to your papa. Your papa, you're too young to be my lover. To be for the lover. Whoa, you must be 18 and over. I've been checking you out, but you are too young, girl. I'm not girl like you.
Okay, he been checking her out. Waiting in the minute. I don't wanna wait and wait for your love.
I can't understand why Coco T met this girl and me wait so long. It seems like he not stand up as a true man, but this is me loving strong, strong, strong. She have to come along.
I don't wanna
Wait and wait for your love.
Baby girl,
I don't wanna wait and wait for your love.
Chano, you're my girl.
From the very first time I blessed my eyes on you, girl. My heart says follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on the line.
She looks so fine,
But the waiting's feeling fine.
she a one of a kind.
So don't treat me like a puppet.
It's on a string. Okay. See, the thing is that I'm playing the reggae. I'm playing all the music that I actually grew up on listening to. Okay, that is how we communicated, and that is how we learn from each other, and that is how we build together in America. Immigrants didn't build America. Okay, immigrants didn't build America because in what year was it? It was in 1965. They actually allowed black immigrants to come into the U.S. freely without having somebody sponsor them or somebody, because those days, black to America wasn't it. That's why in the 1980s, in the 90s, you saw all of these large groups of other black people coming from all these other places in the world. Do your history. And then you will be able to appreciate America as you go along. And you get past the slave stuff. But what I'm saying is that a lot of black immigrants did not come to the United States until at least until the 80s. It's not until 1965 is when they started really allowing them to come through immigration. They didn't come through immigration, and see, they don't remember that part. They don't even know that. They don't even know that. They come here and they think everything just was something that was already laid here for. No, we did the work. And when you come across those borders, respect us. Respect us. When we did the work, it was our hard work. It was our backs beaten. It was us who died in that field. It was us who was lynched on that tree. Okay? There was us who all kind of things happened to. Okay? If the work wasn't done right. Okay? So stop with the immigrants built America, because they didn't. It was the black slaves and their masters who built America. It wasn't no damn freaking foreigners that came here and did it. The only foreigners came in and did it at the time was the slaves. And they didn't come here freely. They were stolen off their land. They didn't come here by will, unwillingly. And they have nowhere else to delineate to. So what they have to do is they have to learn how to delineate from you. When you come here and you start bad mouthing us, or you treating us in a shady type of way, then that's when we have to disconnect from you. Okay? Show some respect when you enter somebody's country. We ain't going over to your country being disrespectful to you. So don't come over here to America and be disrespectful to us. And I never, to be honest with you, I never had any real problems with any black immigrants. I really didn't. Kind of like assimilated with them pretty well. But I'm just saying, when I do hear the conversations around some things that I hear on the internet or whatever, it just kind of disgusts me. But me personally, like walking up to a foreigner or whatever, like a black foreigner or whatever, none. Only one African one. Now, the ones who have been nasty in some kind of way have been some of the Africans, because I never forget one time I went inside this African. I was waiting for the bus, so I wanted to get some change for the bus, so to break some bills. So I went inside this African food shop that was right there on the corner, and they were open at the time. And I went in and I said hello, and I spoke, and they looked at me like I was strange, and they say hi, like they really didn't want to open their mouth, and they were Africans. Then I asked them, I said, look, if I buy something, are you going to be able to break my bill if I buy a soda? At least, no, we can't break your bill if you buy a soda. You have to buy a meal so we could break the bill. I left the fuck out of there and never been back in there again. And I told them, I said, you know what, this is poor customer service, and I will never come back to a place like this. And that's why black people, out of all the black immigrants that came here, they have been the worst. Okay? They have been the worst towards black Americans. I don't care what nobody say. It always been them Africans. At least the Jamaicans came. They came with music, sound, flavor, everything else like that. They assimilated with us and all of that. They broke bread with us. They were cool. Okay, I can't talk for everybody. I'm just saying. I'm only talking from my experience with black foreigners. And the ones I had the most difficult time with in the United States here in America is Africans. I didn't have too much problems with no Haitians. I didn't have a problem with no Jamaican, Trinidadian, Grenadian, Guyana, whatever. South America, Venezuelan, Ecuadorian, whatever. I didn't have no problems with these people. Only just fucking Africans. They have been the only problem to me. Not the other people from Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada. None of them been a problem to me. But the ones who have been the biggest problem been them damn Nigerians. Let me be specific. Some of them. And them from maybe Cameroon and Ghana. What part of Africa again? Ghanaian? Something. Whatever. Ghanaian or whatever. They all had Grenadians. They all have had an issue with black Americans because they want to be black American themselves. They want to erase us so that they can be in our place. But that can't happen because you have no history here. You really have no roots here to keep you grounded in America. I'm sorry, but people don't realize this is spirit out here. So you come to a country, you don't respect it, you sit around and you talk bad mouth the people in the country, even their leaders, and you expect to live at peace and freedom and all that other stuff here in America. Why don't you just pack up whatever you brought here and just ship yourself on back out of here? Because I don't understand how you could come to a country, become a citizen, and sit there and complain. Make it make sense. You don't see us trying to come move in your country and live there and give up our freedom in America or give up our identity in America. That's what I'm saying. And go live in your country. We don't have enough hell in our own country. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't think I want to go live in Nigeria or any of those countries. I don't care how they try to build it up. It's just culture. The culture is always a culture that can be very offensive to an American. That's all it is. It's culture. So with that being said, y'all, I got to go. You all have a blessed and wonderful Monday. And if God's willing, I may come back with you all tomorrow, depending on how I might feel. But I needed to come out here and show my face because I'm always posting stuff. And I need to show my face of who I am. So welcome to my channel. I see I got new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. Glad you're here. And if you don't know anything about my channel, let me tell you what my channel does here. I talk on things that are religious. I talk on some topics. And I line it up with scripture as well. And I'll do a little Bible dib-dab. I don't try to force people on it too much because I really don't know who you are. And you behind the screen or whatever. But I like to teach sometimes. Walk through things that happen in real life through the Bible. And also, I was inspired to open this channel for R. Kelly. To do things on commentary on R. Kelly. But right now, the commentary they got going on out there, I don't want to take no part of it. Okay? I really don't want to take no part of it because it's just messy. It gets messy. People would start putting this in that and bringing up all this stuff that we people just trying to stop listening, and they fall for it. I don't think I should be putting my time into all the criminal stuff or the legal stuff that R. Kelly is dealing with. That's between him, his attorneys, and whatever. I know you want to put information out there on R. Kelly about what's taking place right now in his legal fights, but I did 7 years of it already. I did 7 years, going on 8. And all you can do is just continue to keep him encouraged, keep writing him. And yes, I do post things. I'm going to post something. Might not if I get off of here. That's something I wrote for R. Kelly and Diddy. But I'm just saying that I don't want to get into all the back and forth stupidness with people on the internet. And especially those, that's all they spend their day doing all day, is pulling up all this stuff about R. Kelly until they could just start a whole conversation. That's all they spend their time doing all day. So I stay away from those people because they're not for R. Kelly. And I've been telling people that for the longest. A lot of those platforms are not for R. Kelly. They're not. They for themselves. They for themselves. I have never asked for a penny or a dime while I was having a conversation around R. Kelly's legal battle. I didn't ask for a dime from people because, if anything, send the money to R. Kelly. That's the way I feel. If you feel that way, you could send him directly your check, or you can do it through the Western Union or whatever you have to do. Yep, the Western Union or whatever you have to do to continue to communicate with R. Kelly and Diddy or whatever. Because these people here are acting real stupid, real ignorant, and God is going to deal with it on his time. Because I don't truly believe these black men should still be locked up like that. I don't think they should be locked up, period. Okay? I think R. Kelly did enough time anyway. So with all that being said, God bless you all, love you, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.